All right. So we begin our adventure here in Oasis. This is the only oasis known currently that has a civilization set up around it. It is the center point between New Anglia and Lakeland City. And this oasis is surrounded by tents set up much like a bazaar, with people gathered around the oasis, pools gathering water, shuffling to and fro, hawking materials, and gathering dates from the palm trees. There is a central spire that stretches up higher than any structure, made of sandstone with hollowed out observation blocks on each level. The top level featuring a spire with a small flame that is amplified at night to ensure that travelers know where to find this oasis. Since nighttime here is extremely dark and usually has sandstorms and things of the like, the tower provides a beacon to those traveling to and fro. In this moment, the world is still. The only sound that is current present is the breeze and the flapping of tarps. Bustling sounds of people. And the occasional instrumental as the party walks through the main thoroughfare of town. Uncharacteristically so, as you look up to the sky, you will notice that the skyline is pretty clear, but the center of the sky above you is darkened. You don't usually see dark clouds in the desert, and when you do, it is a determining point of omen. The clouds don't quite reach the skyline or the horizon, and there's a faint silver that peeks around their edges. The thick, dark clouds provide you with a brief respite from the rays and heat of the sun. As the oasis is cool, people slow down and enjoy the respite and this very rare occurrence of potential rain clouds. Your attention is pulled to the road as people begin setting out bowls, trays, open cloths with sticks holding them up, emptying cauldrons that held dry stews, cleaning them out and setting them out on the roadside just outside their tarps. You've seen this sight before, but it's been 8-10 years since you've last seen the rains come through. The people stand still and they wait to see what this omen says for the years to come. Can I get everybody? Let me use this tool and see if I can get this to work. Custom roll, B100. Can I get everybody to roll a D100 for me? Righty. What are you all doing in preparation for the potential of fresh, clean rain coming from the skies?
Well, how long have I been here?
How long have you been here specifically?
Yeah.
Long enough for you to have determined some people who you've interacted with regularly. But that's up to you and your backstory as to how long you've been in this region.
Well, it looked like there were a lot of people trying to set up stuff. And I guess I'll wander over to help somebody set up a stall or whatever they're doing, if they'll welcome the help.
Most of them just seem to be setting up empty bowls to catch the potential rain.
Yep, I'll help
even if you'd
unstack some bowls and lay
Alright.
them out so they catch as much as water as possible.
I'm pulling
Alright.
out my mess kit and setting it up to try to catch it and try to catch rainwater.
I would be setting up
Okay.
a container for rainwater as well.
How are you doing that? What's your methodology for catching the rain?
Have what? Oh, okay, I don't have. Oh no. I would be. Let's see if there was a spare container somewhere that was just left.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of spare containers sitting out.
That do not belong
Yeah.
to people,
Oh, okay.
so I don't get my
you
hand chopped off.
Do you have a canteen or anything like that in your bag?
Water skin. Yes.
Okay. You have water skin. Let's see.
I do not have a mess kit apparently though.
Okay.
Not
There,
actually.
you'd probably have some like cloth and sticks that you use to catch rainwater in your tent supplies
That's what I
that
was
you
gonna
could
do.
set up.
I was gonna use the canvas for my tent and the 9 wooden stakes I have to set up the canvas where each of the corners and the midsections are elevated. So I have effectively a whole tent section that'll collect water.
All right. Anybody praying to any deities or doing anything ritualistic to push the rains to come down?
Nope.
After
All right.
after the tent is fully set up, I will use let me do this. I'm gonna beckon water into the water skin I have, which will create a cup of water, clean water, in an open container or on a surface that evaporates within a minute. So I'm going to do that just so I have a source of water while I'm waiting.
Okay. Alrighty. No drastic change to the D100 rolls. The shade remains, but as the day moves forward and the clouds begin to pass over, you come to the realization that these clouds are likely not going to shed water over the oasis. There is a air of disappointment about the oasis, and you do notice in the distance a couple of caravans are prepping to follow. They seem to have wagons that are designed for catching water, and they are prepping to follow the clouds until they dump their water source. Assuming that happens sometime soon. You would all most likely know that this is a bad omen to the oasis. A lot of people seem dejected, and there's a bit of hope lost in this environment. You would all be under the understanding that if you wish to gain resources, the sky is not going to be providing them to you. You will likely have to go to a job tent, get a job, and pay your way.
The people who were setting up the wagons to go chase after the storm, while they're setting up, going to wander over in their proximity and ask them who charters the water collection carts. Who are they working for?
They are chartered by the Merchants Guild, and their wagons are paid for by the Merchants Guild. If you are looking for work or wish to join the caravan to protect them, they do often encounter bandits and things of that nature trying to steal the water. You can go to a very ordained tent. It's easy to recognize in this environment, as it is one of the largest tents there, and it usually features somebody standing in the entryway to the tent with a job board behind them. And this is probably midday. So if you would like to join the caravan, you can go to that Merchants Guild and request a job. Somebody can provide you directions to go there if you would request that.
While we were waiting for the clouds to either produce their downpour or dissipate, I would have taken 10 minutes to take one of the wooden stakes and effectively whittle it down into a symbol that represents something humanoid, a vague round oval head, protruding arms and legs, and taken some form of string from the tent supplies. Not a lot, but you know how sometimes there's excess dangle bits that are off somewhere.
Yeah.
I will snip a portion of one of those and wrap it around the torso and an X, and then wrap it around the head and tie a knot so it can be carried by the string and it dangles from the string. At that point, once that 10 minutes is done and that is produced, an unseen servant will help me box up the remainder of what's left of the tent once the things pass.
All right.
Seeing, would I be able to hear the conversation that Uthrak?
Would you have been setting up around the outskirts, or would you have been close to the center of the oasis?
Probably somewhat closer to the center of it, so probably not have seen it.
You probably would not have heard the conversation. But you, having lived here for a while, would know where the job board is, and that's the main source of the entire party's income is predicated on this job location. It's where all the jobs are, where everybody goes to post a job because it's centralized.
Once the tent is fully wrapped up, I will place the noose hanging doll in my pocket and carry the rest of my stuff over to the job board. I have also, by the way, trimmed it down to 70 pounds of weight and 70.5 pounds. So I got rid of a lot of stuff. I don't know if that's accurate to how much I should be able to carry. 70 pounds, but that's roughly double my character's weight. A little more than double.
All right. I will make sure that that's working before next session to fully automate that process.
Okay. Yeah, like I got rid of crowbars, excess rations, stuff to trim it down because each ration pack is 2 pounds. Got rid of a bunch of torches. So Morticia will move herself over to the quest board and be going through all of the options.
All right. In the lore portion of Simple Quest, you have the descriptions for when you will find each job board person, when they offer jobs, and what kind of jobs they offer. Seeing as this is midday, this will likely be
Every single
Sakira
tab in Simple Quest is empty.
Your ownership, server, save. How about that?
I'm gonna refresh
In lore?
this. Yeah, I went through every tab. I'm refreshing. It
I
might change
just
now.
changed the setting, so
It didn't once you said how about now, so I'm refreshing and see if
Okay.
it'll fix itself.
everybody else.
I can see it.
Alright. Is it what 3 jobs there? Morning, midday, and evening? Is that
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the person running the job board right now is Sakira. It's midday. Sakira of the Sirocco. She is a fire genasi. And most of her jobs that she offers are focused on monster hunts, bounty targets, and extermination of swarms. she would be in charge of the water retrieval mission that is getting ready to head out, as that is a special circumstance that doesn't happen all the time.
I appreciate that whenever she's working, the job board postings are on fire.
Yep. That is a known problem with that character.
I would head over to the job board to see if she has any positions for security on the caravan going out.
Alrighty. Tess,
I would also be wandering over to the job board to see.
what are you
about
looking
it.
for? Go ahead.
To see about the job development and more about the water retrieval job.
Alright.
Morticia would be more looking at the monster hunts, potentially bounty targets.
Alright. Let's see. So I got 3 people looking for... No, skill check. Let's see if this lets you guys do advantage or disadvantage on the roll.
It is asking advantage, disadvantage, or normal.
Okay.
I have no pop-up
And
window.
then... Alright, I did not give you one yet because you're looking for something different.
Cool.
I have to change your DC. Alright, if you guys could roll your persuasion checks. This is to determine what your current standing is with the job board.
So just normal.
Or if you have a persuasion advantage or something like that, then you'd add that.
Nope, no persuasion advantage.
All right. So was that a... No, that was a
19.
natural 18.
You got 18 on die.
I looked at yours instead of mine. I got really excited.
I also saw the green box with the check marks and then forgot that the nat 20 is 2 check marks.
Yeah. I thought you rolled a nat 20 and it was a -1 on your persuasion.
Nope, everything is positive or neutral. Actually,
All
everything
right.
is
So
positive.
Tanith and Pathani, you have a neutral relationship. Pathani, yours is leading to the negative side, likely because your dragon does things that are impulsive. So your neutral leading negative in your current standing with the mercenaries, or with the Merchants Guild, sorry. Uthrecamuth, is that right?
Yep, sure. You can call me Uth. Or Uther.
Okay. Uther and Elira, your standing is high, and you have basically your pick of the jobs that you want. If you want on a crew, they will likely make room for you. Elira. Okay.
Yeah, IE sound.
Would you prefer Elira or Morticia?
So the situation that happened between when everybody else had last seen me and now, she changed her own name. So most people would probably know her as Elira.
Okay. So Elira currently trying to make the name Morticia. Right?
She just won't correct people. She'll introduce herself as Morticia to new people, but she won't correct old names.
Okay. Clarification done. All right. So I believe Uther was the first one to state that he was heading to the job board.
Yes.
Then
Elira.
Elira, then Pathani, then Tanith. So as you approach Uther, there is a line of about 8 to 10 people standing at this job board, all of them seeming to... They have the countenance of somebody who thought they were going to have a couple of days off, only to realize that nature didn't provide that opportunity. And now they have to go back to work.
So I'm waiting in line.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? I get there and there's 8 people in front of me.
You have the opportunity to choose to wait in line or to decide that you're better than everybody else and cut the line. But
I cut the line.
If you you cut the line,
It's not a moment of decision. I am definitely better than all these people.
Okay.
Okay. So you walk up and there's somebody being helped by Sakira, and she's like, "Look, the jobs for the caravan are already full. You're gonna have to pick one of these other jobs, or you can wait for one of the other job offers to show up. If you don't want to go out and hunt monsters, that's on you." And as you approach, she goes, Uther, how's it going?
Sakura, are these plebs bothering you with mundane, asinine questions as usual?
Oh, rightfully so. Well, what is it that I can help you with? And that person is like trying to shout at her, and she has just completely ignored them.
I had the inkling that maybe it was time for me to get some work, and I've met a few other associates in town that may be coming with me, and I was wondering if you had anything available or open.
Oh, well, we have few of the jobs that are available. There's obviously the water hunt. They're chasing down those storm clouds, hoping that they drop water sometime soon. There's a sand beast that we need to cull. There's a cult that we need to get rid of. They seem to be taking people and converting them to worshiping the fire for some reason. We have a trial for some higher level merchant positions. We need some very capable people to take a more risky defensive mission with a large payout. There's a scorched caravan that got attacked by a set of bandit raiders. A black monolith from one of the expeditions needs to be investigated. And then there's always fighting Huthor. Huthor always seems to want a bunch of people to fight him for God knows what reason. He usually kills anybody we send over there. And then we have a hot zone. We have to recover some supplies from a expedition that's locked in a hot zone. You would know a hot zone to be a place where the sunlight is extremely magnified, and it usually results in fire tornadoes and firestorms and sandstorms and heat-based things of the like. All of those paying pretty hefty coin, and some of them are dependent on how well you complete the job.
Oh, as far as payout, do any of them have like contingent requirements for what size of party or type of people need to sign up?
We usually keep the jobs around 5 to 6 people for most of what I offer. The water caravan is 10 people total. We do have 1 or 2 slots available for you if you had somebody you wanted to join you.
I think I have a number of people potentially, but you said all of them have varying ranges of pay. Are they fairly close to the similar where one number would work, or should I ask you for a breakdown?
I can provide you a breakdown. As she was handing you, or as she was indicating the jobs, she would have been like flipping pages that you can see what the notes are for the job, but I'll post those in here.
Excellent.
And you would know that high coin usually means up to a gold piece or 2. That's a very high payout for jobs like this.
Okay. I'm reading through these if someone else wants to get here.
Alrighty. So you, Illyra, would approach, seeing this individual has stepped into the front of the line, bypassing everybody else. There's a line of...
away. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, he posted in the.
Oh, okay.
random
I see it
chat.
now.
Yep.
I pushed it up out of view.
Oh no.
All right. So he's standing in line, we'll say, or is still in transit. Pathani, you approach and see Sakira talking to Uther, who seems to have pissed off a lot of the people in the line, and he's taking his time to decide what he wants to do, making everybody else even more mad.
Hey, Uth, anything good on the board? Possibly the caravan?
Yes, Uth waves Pathani to him to join him at the front of the line, and well, like looking at the postings or the paper that he has, there's a couple here that are quite interesting. Though the water collection only has 2 spots open, and I was hoping for something with at least a few more for the rest of our quorum.
If you're gonna be going on that caravan mission with this one, make sure he keeps his dragon in check.
She is still
Things
young.
screwed up
She is
quite a
still
few.
learning.
Where did those other 2 get off to? Tanith and Alira.
You see Alira, 8 people back in line.
Alira, come here.
Kind of.
Don't wait at the back with the regulars, people.
But the organization, there's a reason that these are here.
There is a reason they're here, but it's not a good one. No, come here.
Tanis, you'd be approaching right at about the time of that interaction.
I would walk up to the line and then see the other 3 at the front, and then immediately get excited, forget that there's a line, forget that order exists, and just beeline it towards the group, putting everybody in line. My people are at the front. I am at the front.
Tanith, perfect timing.
Hi. What's going on?
We've got
job
quite
are
a
we doing?
select. We got a handful of options here. I'm interested in your thoughts.
How many spots in this water retrieval that's happening?
2.
Oh,
There's
there's
2
more
spots.
than 2 of us.
It's possible that we could pull some favors and bump it up to 4. I kind of wink at Skora.
Give me a persuasion check.
1 second. How do I do that? Skill persuasion. Here it is.
On that one, huh?
Oh no!
With that guidance bumping it up to a 9.
I got a 9.
Ooh. Boyo. We're already doing a solid favor giving you 2.
Oh, okay.
We already told several other people that we were gonna be full up on that, and we're actually kicking 2 people off of that to give you those 2 spots. So, I mean, it's gonna be really tough for us to get 2 more people off of that job.
Well, I appreciate everything you've done, as always. And I look back to the Tanith and say, it looks like there's only 2.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't seem like they care about being successful.
I
They
mean,
could probably figure it out.
The game
I
is
think-
paused, by the way.
we could go for that cult that is worshiping the fire for some ungodly reason.
I'm not quite
Fire's
sure I
not-
understand what's wrong with that.
Fire is not something to be controlled.
Wait. So they're not worshiping a fire god. It's just the fire. It's just
No, they're
fire
literally
itself.
kidnapping people and burning them.
Oh, that's
And
uncouth.
telling them that the burn is the kiss of the fire and that they should be worshiping the fire. It's all very strange, but we really need to get rid of them because
So
we're
they're
losing
just
citizens to them.
Murdering people.
Pretty much, yeah.
A matter of perspective, I'm sure, but I understand.
They also kind of tried to get me to join, which that person's no longer present. But yeah, it's just a weird bunch of people doing weird bunches of shit.
Tanith, are you interested in anything here?
Okay. We should probably. Okay. I'm still stuck. Worshipping fire. Okay, that's a new one. I've heard of some weird shit. Worshipping fire is a new one.
We could go after the raiders that have been attacking the caravans.
Around the 3 around 3 of the job postings on the board. They are highlighted in like a kind of dark greenish color. You'll see that they are surrounding Champions Dare, Scorched Caravan Revenge, and Arena Test Contract. Anybody who has been around Illyra has known that she has done that before. It's just without saying stuff, highlighted things while also saying things. But it's weird she's not talking this time.
Well, looks like Alira picked jobs again.
I'm sorry, which
Shakira
one
begins
is she
helping
picking?
one of the other people while you guys are
Arena Test
discussing.
Contract, Scorched Caravan Revenge, Champions Dare.
Not sure everybody has that death wish to go for the Champions Dare.
Yeah,
Alira.
I don't want to die. I'm so Alira, I'm sorry.
The one around that one will just,
Not-
the light will fade.
Okay.
I mean, we're all very capable. We could do either the arena test or the Scorched Caravan. Seems the better we do in either one of them, the higher the payout.
Depends whether the purpose is murder or payout.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to put ourselves in the good graces of the Merchant Guild, and I imagine taking out raiders on said merchant convoys would put us in a position down the road to maybe have better paying jobs or a better relationship with them.
And it would also give Ashkara an opportunity to prove herself as not just a young Drake that is still impulsive sometimes, but as a valued member of the community as well.
Scorched Caravan it is then.
Alright. Scarana will hunt down these raiders on the caravan.
All right.
Yeah.
And she will take the job posting and are all 4 of you going to be on this job, or are you doing separate jobs?
Yes, all 4.
Very well. And she will mark your names on the job posting. Will you require the assistance of 2 more, or are you guys going to do this by yourselves?
No. More people is not worth it.
Alrighty.
I mean,
And
you
she
did
will
say
scratch
5
off.
to 6, and we do have 5 with Ashkara.
She will scratch off the 2 slots for 5 and 6 and put the job posting on the board, which singes around the edges and burns up a little bit as she slaps it onto the job board. All right, looks like that one's yours. And she will pull out a scroll from under the table, holding it by the edges of the metal caps, and will hand you the scroll by the edges so she doesn't burn it.
I'll take it. And look at it.
All right. So what you would see is, this is a contract by the High Sun. That is a sect of the Merchants Guild. Sakura is a member of the High Sun. It is a brutal, urgent quest. You're going to be killing people, and you need to go as soon as possible. You'll be collecting salvage. The salvage will be divvied by the Merchants Guild, and then you may be rewarded some of the salvage dependent on what you bring in. The contract note for the board says the caravan's burned, survivors are scattered or worse, raiders left nothing but ash and bone. Bring proof for payment per head. So that could be fingers, that could be their heads. They want some kind of proof of how many of them you've killed. Further information, 3 days ago, a 6-wagon caravan carrying grain, lamp oil, water skins, and trade tools was ambushed at dawn near the Ashwind Cut. It's a natural choke point between a set of dunes and basalt outcroppings. The raiders used accelerants and hit them hard, fast, and took off. It was planned, coordinated, and was not messy. They took the stuff, burnt the caravan, and then left. There were 4 individuals that were assigned to the job for transporting that caravan through that pass. One died upon delivering the message. He had severe burns and dehydration, and when he delivered the message, he died in the shop front. The other 3 are not known as to whether or not they are alive, dead, or burnt to a crisp. So you would know, based on doing prior jobs, that the primary objective is to neutralize the raiders and prevent them from raiding anything else. Raiding is literally a death sentence in this environment. Return with proof, ears, weapons, sigils, fingers, tokens, anything that can prove that somebody died and that you have their stuff now. Recovering the stolen supplies is the secondary mission, and identify who coordinated the attack is secondary. You fail if the raiders escape, if more caravans are attacked, and if that is what happens, then you lose trust in the Merchants Guild. The base pay is, for taking a job, the base pay is always 1 silver. Then you get bonuses based on kills, recoveries, and then you get penalties if people escape and things happen again. You'll get reduction on pay in the future. Your environmental pressures will be extreme heat. They use fire-based attacks, so fire resistance is going to be something that you want. Smoke reduces visibility, and when you're burned, your water consumption increases. So you will want to be prepared with water, extra water for putting out fires, and combating people that are using fire. Let's see. And the notations reiterate the necessity for proof and evidence that what you've done is causing a change or a benefit.
Right. So from this cursory idea here, we'll need maybe some blankets. We'll probably want to collect some sort of bowls for our own water purposes. And they want us to gather salvage. Are they providing a cart or something to transport said salvage, or were they expecting us to carry that on our backs?
If you would like to commission a cart, you can do so from the Merchants Guild. You would essentially be taking out a loan for the cart price, which is 10 gold. Only people with a good standing can rent out carts. So at most, you'd be able to get 2 carts. If you return the cart in the condition that you got it in, then you get the full refund of the amount. If you return with the cart damaged, then you get a partial refund. So you can take it out, like you can rent it, give the 10 gold, or you can take it out on loan. If you take it out on loan and return it damaged, you will owe them for the damage. And I have an emergency. I need to go for a few seconds. I will be right back. It might be a minute or two.
Okay.
I think it's bowls, cart. Perhaps a barrel. Is there anything else we need to acquire?
Not that I can see. It
I think
feels.
we've got it handled. What you saying, Alira?
Feels like we should be focusing on just trying to murder as many people as possible.
Right. So we're not concerned with the whodunit or the salvage collection.
Well, the payout and the monetary value is based off of the number of heads we produce. The likelihood of them being able to discern which is a caravan member, which is, it doesn't matter if they're there. The purpose is that they die so we can get payment. There's also probably stuff on them that we could collect as well for our own benefit.
Well, that's true. They may have carts already there that we could use if we do wanted to pick up the salvage. Very well. I'm going to acquire a blanket and a bowl just for my own purposes.
What's the bowl for?
Doing things with liquid.
We should make sure we have supplies anyways, just so we're not caught off guard. And should should we get a cart just in case?
Are you comfortable getting the loan for it?
I well no.
I don't necessarily have the money to rent it.
I don't either.
It's a little pricey for a rent. We could buy it for essentially 50% more, and then it would be ours, but then we have no place to keep it. So I'm pro let's keep their carts when we find them.
And if anything, we can attempt
Right.
to gather what parts of a cart there are and build our own.
Okay.
I am a carpenter.
Yes. Okay.
Well,
That
never-
I guess
not really a
that
carpenter.
answers my concern about what if they actually don't have a cart
Then
or the
we
cart
don't
gets
have parts.
destroyed.
Yeah, then we just lose out on that.
What matters more,
Well,
it seems
and-
like, is the body parts we collect.
Before we head out, if it's possible for us to ascertain the name of the 3 missing people and see if they have any connections in town, that might be worth looking into. If any of their family suddenly decided to have an expensive party, it might be an indication that they fell into some good fortune.
Right. We can also take notation in this kind of form, and I will open up my spell book that I have to a blank page, and snap fingers and prestidigitate will produce a stencil outline of whatever, and I can start to carve portions of it. So it'll switch between faces of people that are nearby each time I snap, and it'll change what it looks like. And then I can stencil on what I need to make sure we know what the people look like, and maybe we can bring the alive people or the dead people who went on the caravan back. Although we could just cut their head off and use that too, but we'll have to see what the value is.
Cutting the head off the the raiders, or cutting the heads off the survive the second one.
Off the people,
Okay.
off the people who went out there in the first place. Not
But-
the bandits or the hostiles, but the ones who were.
I think if we could return the bodies of
Well, that was my first.
the ones
idea.
that went out with the caravan, that might be more beneficial than just returning part of them. I think the ones that the right hand or head of
Scalps.
would be
Take their scalps.
the raiders.
Since Sheldon is gone,
Yeah.
Somno's gone. Can I get insight checks from people?
Whee!
I'm good at this. Okay.
Oh, you are good at this.
23.
8.
I'm good at this. 8.
Fumbled immediately.
Neat. Pithani is the only one that would have any form of awareness. Illyra used to be a lot more bubbly and upbeat and optimistic, and something has happened. She is now monotone. She's talking about cutting off heads of innocent people. She used to be like, think if a bard was a wizard.
I'm not going to bring it up in front of the other two, but when there's an opportunity to.
Just an observation your character makes. There's no need to act on it in any urgency or lack of urgency.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to bring it up in front of the other two. If they haven't noticed, then when there's an opportunity, then he would bring it up to just her.
Okay. But yes, if you need more bowls, we can get more bowls.
I have returned. I'd like to clarify a few things. You would know that the people who were in charge of the previous job, they would have no need for bringing the body back to the Oasis. It would just be a drain on resources. If they are dead, bury them in the sand and leave them for dead. Bring back any identifying information to and identify the people who you bury. The drawings in your book would be an acceptable form of indicating who you've killed, so that you don't have to bring the body and potentially pestilence back to the Oasis. And
I would probably need
if you
some
find
more
anybody alive, then you would want to help them get back if they are capable. But if they are going to be a drain on your resources and the resources of the Oasis, nobody is going to look twice at them having been dead. So if you have somebody that's able-bodied and capable, they might look at it as, if somebody knew about it, might look at it as you were killing somebody that could have contributed. But if they were not able-bodied, like half their body was burned and you had to like carry them back, nobody would look twice at you leaving them in the sands. Very much a fend for yourself kind of situation.
Okay.
Oops. Did not mean to activate that. My fault. Looking through other scenes that I have to see if I could find something that was heavily effective.
I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Who has a question for who?
And it's
Jess was
partner.
asking me a question. I tried muting it in time, sorry.
I thought that was somebody. I thought it was Tess saying that she had a question. Okay.
No, she's
Um,
more outspoken than Tess is.
That's true.
How dare you say things that are probably correct?
No, not probably. They are correct.
Okay, well then how dare you say things that are correct?
Okay.
Because it's factually accurate.
Get wrecked, you.
Fair enough.
all right. So there is
where-
the Merchants
Sorry.
Guild is surrounded by a bazaar of people selling and hawking wares. Probably no shortage of bowls available currently. Depends on the quality of bowl that you're looking for, but there are several merchant shops around that might have what you need. What all are you guys looking for in preparation for this trip?
Actually, I don't know if I need like as many bowls that come in the standard book where it's like 8 pounds of bowls. I don't need that many bowls. So, I only need like 1. So I'm gonna acquire a mess kit and a blanket.
Okay. What do you mean by mess kit? Just like a bowl and utensils?
It's a tin box that contains a cup and simple cutlery. I just need something to manipulate liquids with, and a cup will work. Or a shallow bowl.
Okay. So a mess kit would be 2 silver.
Okay, I've got that.
If you want to just spend that 2 silver out of your inventory.
Yeah,
you
let
can
me figure that out. Here we go. Can I just like add it to my inventory? Like,
If you hit shift space, it
Uh-huh.
brings up Spotlight OmniSearch, and you can type mess kit,
Ah,
and
there
then
it
you
is.
can drag the DDB items mess kit from there into your inventory. And you can put
Perfect.
it in your backpack or wherever you want it.
Thank you. That will
Yep.
do it.
Also, make sure you have your stuff equipped the way you want it equipped. I think
I
each
did
of
send
you.
a whisper while you were away.
Okay. I think each of you has at least a ration.
I got one of my
Yes.
Gatorades.
Did you send it in
Oh,
text
damn
chat
it.
in here?
It was in game.
Yeah. Okay. An additional water skin would be easy. That would be let's see, what's a water skin cost? Water Slom. Water skin would be 2 silver, and it holds 4 pints of liquid.
All right, so
So you would need 8 pints a day to have full water with no repercussions. If you only have 1 water skin, you need to have a way to fill it up halfway through the day to have full water consumption. Or you can have 2 water skins. For you, you have a small dragon as well, so she will take a water skin to herself.
okay, then I would purchase 2.
That'd be 4 silver. Rations, because of the heat, rations will be half to 1. So 1 day's ration will last you 2 days.
So 1 per day for me and the dragon.
Right. Because eating in the heat is actually detrimental to you if you eat large amounts. So a day's ration would probably be too much for most people's stomachs to handle in the heat, like it as hot as it is.
What about a small one? A small being.
Half.
Okay, so 1 is 4.
No.
Okay.
1 day of rations is still 2 days of rations for everybody.
Okay.
If you were tiny, I would reduce it. But being small to medium isn't that big of a change. A dwarf still needs to eat the same amount as a regular human. It would also become way too much to manage if we did it by size and activity and all that.
Doesn't hurt to try. It's a resource save.
Okay. So you have 4 silver out for 2 additional water skins.
Yes.
Keep track of how many rations y'all have on you. It's estimated that this will take a full day, if not 2, depending on your travel speed. With your guys' current travel speed by foot, you're looking at the full day. If you're into wagon, travel there and back is cut in half. It's not actually like wagons with wagon wheels. It's camel dragged sleds. So it's not like a horse-drawn carriage.
I have no source of finances available. I will inform the party.
You can take things out on credit with the guild if necessary, but you do know that there's a heavy price involved in not paying those back, including like garnishing your wages.
Yeah, it's not gonna do debts or loans.
What are you needing, Alira?
I have everything I need, and she will do elementalism to produce earth, fire, water, and a burst of air in like a second. Scents transform the smell of death and like orchids and fresh meat and everything over the course of like 12 seconds.
When you see the fire, you're gonna see Ashkara do like a little happy dance, and then just kind of hang her head when the fire goes away.
Ah, fan of fire. That's good to know.
Kara's gonna join the cult.
Well, she is bred of fire, so
If you're bred of fire, does that mean you're sourdough?
As a heads up, I will not be progressing the story forward. The world moves without you. So it's up to you guys to progress yourselves forward. If you're done shopping and you want to get on the way, you can do that.
did any of the merchants have the other thing I was asking about?
No, not in your price
Okay.
range currently. Most of them, because of your status, don't even offer it to you. The one who does, it's a sprig of some sort. Give me a nature check.
Nat 20.
This is not a sprig of mistletoe. You know that it is a sprig of a wild tree. It is not any sort of mistletoe. You could probably see that it's giving signs of either like a eucalyptus or a peppermint sprig.
And I would let them know that I know that is not mistletoe.
Oh. Good to know it was sold to me as mistletoe.
And I would inform them of what it is. Or what it likely is. But it's not mistletoe.
He'll put it back in his pocket.
How much was the water skin again? I'm sorry.
2 silver.
Silver.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. I went to market and spent almost a gold. Nope, over a gold.
I'll return shortly.
I only know of mess kit that you've purchased.
Blanket. I am gonna get the bowls. I bought some rope, or I want to buy some rope. And
Okay, blanket would be available. That's 5 silver.
and
Rope is
parchment.
1 gold.
Yep.
Chalk. Give me a perception and a persuasion check to see if you can find somebody that would have chalk.
You said perception and persuasion.
Mm-hmm. As well as parchment.
I would buy 2 extra water skins. I have enough for
Okay,
myself.
4 silver.
4 silver, okay. Oh. Okay.
What do they roll? That work?
You did perception twice.
Yep, because you said you wanted a perception for both of those.
Yep. And persuasion.
You want persuasion as well. Okay.
1 roll is fine. Up to 20 and 25. Yeah, you are able, and because of your standing, you are able to purchase that at normal market price, which is, it would have been 2 silver for the mess kit, a copper for the chalk, a gold piece for the rope,
Okay.
and a silver for the paper. And 5 silver for the blanket. So that's 7, 8. 8 silver, 1 copper, 1 gold.
Silver, 1 copper, 1 gold. That means I actually have 1 silver. Okay. Yep. And I'm ready.
So 2 water skins.
Oh, while other people are buying something, one of the things I mentioned, I think you might have been away. I wanted to see if I could inquire as to the names of the 3 missing people that were hired as guards. If that event information's like freely available, or if I have to like investigate.
Sakira will provide that to you.
Okay.
I'm terrible with creating names, so I will have those names for you before you get to.
Okay. While you're thinking up
the job
names,
site.
I want to see if they have any like immediate family connections or friend connections in town.
All right, for that, give me an investigation.
Yep.
Most people play those kinds of things close to the chest, so they can't be used against them.
Not close enough.
Okay.
What was the investigation?
Look, I'm looking for their connections for the people that are missing.
Okay.
Associates, family.
So Helvek is a caravan master. He has no family, no surviving lineage or anything of that nature. He is a veteran in running caravans, so he's been doing this his whole life. He's really old as dirt, and just has no family. He spends his time in the caravan, so he doesn't have a place in the oasis that he stays at. If he's staying here, it's because his caravan is here and doesn't have a job. Sayla is Air Genasi. She has a small tent. It's very light, and if her tent is there in town, she's there in town, but if it's not there, then she's out, so she doesn't keep a lot of stuff in town. But Borun is a guild affiliate, and he is a hauler, and he has a wife and child that has a permanent residence here in the oasis. And you would actually know Borun as being a fat, greedy bastard.
Well, I have my first suspect.
He's the type of guy that if you handed him 5 gold pieces, he would bite each gold piece to make sure it was real and then stare at you for 15 minutes to make sure that you weren't cheating him. Would you
Okay,
like to go
and-
talk to his wife and
Oh.
child?
I don't know if I need to talk to them, but I do want to see if they're still in town. And yeah, I just want to put eyes on them. I'll leave talking to someone else.
All right. Are you trying to be stealthy about your approach? Are you just being open about following them or looking for them?
That's a good question. I don't think I care, so I will openly ask around.
There is
Looking for
in that area.
Bowen's wife and daughter.
Yeah, in that area, there's several like merchant families that are all kind of in a tight knit community. And one of the older ladies is like, "Oh, Burren's wife lives in this tent over here. It's 3 tents down on the right side, and it's very ornamental, and it's flashy. As you're approaching it, it's got like gold filigree on the edges of the tarp. It's got like 5 posts and 3 bedrooms and a fire pit in the middle. And as you're walking up to the tent, a young boy runs out and runs up to a small wine garden that is like keeping grapes alive in the desert is very, very difficult. And the amount of water that is necessary to make grapes grow and the soil that had to be imported, having grapevines out and present is a luxury that nobody can afford. And there's a woman there that is tending to those grapes just outside of that tent. You would assume that is, from description, that would be Boren's wife and child.
Okay. So she's still working the vineyard.
That is his personal vineyard. It's like
Yeah,
one rack
yeah,
of vines.
She's gardening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they're still here.
And the boy is running up asking questions and
Being a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I doubt any of this stuff was bought in the last 3 days. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do. Make sure they're here.
All right. Anything anybody else wants to do in the meantime?
While waiting for the rest of the group to be ready, they're going to, as they finish up and start to leave, they're going to see Pathani on the outskirts of the oasis, sitting on the ground, leaning up against Ashkara as they're both just relaxing, conserving energy.
Right. So water skins are provided without being filled. You can fill them at the oasis. It is heavily frowned upon to drink straight from the oasis. It is preferred that you take a water skin and a pole that's provided at the edge of the oasis to scoop water out. Take it with you. It is an unlimited resource while you are in the oasis, but if you abuse the resource, your rights to it will be revoked. So it's very much a common agreement that you treat the oasis waters as sacred as they are, and that you only use them for what you need, not for frivolous desires.
And I would have filled all 3 of the water skins for myself and Ashkara before headed to the outskirts.
I would
Right.
also fill up the water skins that I got, and I would get 2 blankets as well.
All right,
For doing that.
majority.
Yes. Good. That. Realized I forgot to say what I was doing as I was doing it, which is my bad.
Is there anybody who would be willing to purchase a holy water flask?
A holy water flask?
Mm-hmm.
Holy water would not be available in this environment.
It was provided via backstory or background supplies during character creation. What would be the supplement for that?
Well, whatever you have from your starting gear, you would have. If you're using it, it would need to be rationed through your use. But holy water requires materials that are not readily available in this environment.
Which would make it more valuable than less.
Right. So if you have holy water on you, it's a rare item that you would have.
Okay. What would I be able to obtain for it when communicating through merchants?
Okay. See, what is the specific?
Gold value? Currency value?
It's 25 gold for a holy water flask.
Correct. So that's what would be offered? Because it's a low supply, potentially
Yeah.
high demand, depending on what type of things we're fighting against.
You had a flask of holy water as a standard
Yeah,
provision?
from the Monster Hunters pack provided by the Haunted One background.
Okay. So yeah, the holy water flask of holy water is not going to be heavily available. You can purchase holy water, but it is expensive. It's 25 gold.
Right. So what would
Per.
selling
So you're
it
asking-
provide me?
Yeah, he's asking how much it sells
Oh.
for.
Give me a persuasion check.
Could I
We'll
try
see
to
what you
recall
can get
the
for it in the
information
markets.
versus what, like some form of history checks first, and then persuasion to.
You can give me a history check. DC is 10
Oh.
to know the value. Natural 20. You
Nailed
know
it.
exactly how much it costs. It would cost about 30 to 35 if you were going to buy it from a merchant.
Here, because
So
there's
you could
markup.
probably get you could probably get 20 to 25 for it.
Okay.
It's not bad.
In the environment we're in, 20 and 25 is not bad.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that these kind of items will be looked on. Like, they'll do the transaction because you have a high standing, but they're going to try to figure out where you got the item. So if you continuously bring in items like this, then you're going to start getting investigated.
Yeah, but I most likely haven't yet, and so I could just say that the truth, which is I found it in an environment that was
Just ensuring that you have the preface of what the consequences of actions are prior to consequences showing up out of nowhere. But yeah, if you would like to sell that for 20 to 25 gold, DC below 10 gets you 15 at most. Above 10 gets you 20. Above 15 gets you 25 gold on a persuasion.
with a nat 20. I'm just gonna keep it as an item in the inventory until it's time to sell it, knowing that information. Since I haven't rolled anything, I'm not gonna. Nobody's aware that I have it. Is basically what
Okay.
I'm getting at. I'm gonna keep it in my inventory, as a we need money. A lot of it, because I don't want to be carrying that kind of money on me, because that could be more easily taken than and disappear more easily than an item for that. People will ask,
Yep.
just like that, where did you get it? So it's easier for me to keep that item on me than where did you get gold? Oh, you probably just saved up and did big payout jobs. Okay, here's what you wanted.
Right. You could also trade that with the Merchants Guild with your standing to get carts and things like that they know you'll be returning,
Mhm.
and they will just pay you back the
Exactly.
amount for that barter,
It's gonna
things
be
of that
used
nature.
as a barter chip for future negotiations. So I won't be doing
Yeah,
anything.
they don't. Yeah, I will say they don't sell caravans. They only do hiring for them. So if you're doing a cart, then it's 10 gold. If you're doing a caravan, then it would be 30 to 50 gold, depending on how many carts you want.
That's
So
fine.
10 gold per cart.
I will go to where if it was mentioned, a designated environmental meetup location.
Yeah, almost everybody exits from one of the cardinal directions of the oasis. There's main thoroughfares, not really roads, just empty spots between the bazaar tents
What would be the most
that
logical
you can
exit
travel along.
for where the quest is, the job is going?
Most likely to the north, which is where Pathani would be waiting.
All right, well, I'll
the
head north.
the water caravan is heading southwest to follow the clouds. Clouds are going southwest. You are heading north.
Yep.
All right. Is that everybody? Tanith, you have everything you need?
Yes. And I would move towards the group to be ready to leave.
All right. So by the time you all meet up after doing all of your shopping throughout the day, it was midday when you got there. It's probably coming into dusk, sundown. Are you wanting to head out at night, or are you wanting to travel during the day?
Well, I would say we probably would we feel rested now?
Yeah. This has been a lazy day waiting for the rain. Basically rain is free water, free cleaning, free shower.
Right.
So everybody kind of stops and waits for the rains. You've been pretty much relaxed all day other than this brief little excursion of gathering resources. So you'd be pretty well rested.
Okay. Why don't we just leave
If we-
now? It did mention it was urgent.
That, and if we travel at night, as long as everybody can see, then we don't have the sun overhead to contend with.
I have no concerns with my vision at night. I've also no real concerns about the heat of the day, but that's because I'm a red dragonborn.
Well, myself and Ashkara don't have any concerns about the heat really either, but not everyone is as lucky as us, Uth.
How unfortunate.
Okay.
Hannes, any input?
Yeah.
How? We leave right now. We get a head start. But I agree about the sun.
Alara's gonna start walking in the direction where
Do
we
you
should
not
be going.
have the ability to see at night, Tanith?
Playing into a
have
character
a-
flaw, she's leaving the group, starting to walk.
I have my lantern.
So you can't see in the dark without the light.
Nope.
You
Not
have
at all.
regular eyes.
Yes.
I think I knew this about you. I think I have an ability that might help you with that. I don't remember. Hold on. Can I activate that through my thing here? Is it Eyes of the Night, or is that just my own ability? Vision. You can share this dark vision with up to one willing creature
Nice.
You can see within 10 feet. It lasts for an hour, so every hour I have to re-share it with you, but I can share my vision with you.
Thank
But-
Up to a number of creatures, your wisdom, so you can share it with everybody.
Oh,
You have a
Oh.
+4, so you can share it with up to 4 people within
Okay.
10 feet of you.
I'll share it with everybody who's currently standing here.
Once you
What
share
it-
it, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest unless you expend a spell slot of any level to share it again.
Oh, and that's an hour then. Okay, you're gonna use your lantern.
Fair enough.
Just
Might be
stick to one
useful
of
to
our-
have when you enter a combat scenario to just pop it on her before combat pops off or something like that.
You could also just stick close to one of us within touch range, and we won't leave you behind. Other than apparently Alara.
Yes.
Go, where you going?
We were trying to figure out site for Tanith, so can you hang on just a moment while we catch up?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start walking that way with Ashkara in tow.
I asked her to a decision and she took too much time to figure it out.
We were trying to figure out with my eyes. I can't see in the dark.
You just didn't provide.
You
an
can see in the
answer.
dark. I was getting there because both options were good. At night, we avoid the sun, but during the day, I can actually see.
All right.
Most people.
So
can see
this
during the day.
first
Is Tanith human? Sorry, just asking.
Yes.
Okay.
this first leg of the journey, you will have the first night into the next day. You will have your water and food that you will have had before you left the oasis. After your next long rest, you will have tracking of your resources in perpetuity until you get back to the oasis. The oasis is the safe spot. It costs you a silver per day to eat and drink at the oasis. And that's kind of just a tax that's levied on people who live there. Any preparations for travel beyond bullet lantern and getting directions?
If anything gets cold or hot, prestidigitation the reverse temperature. Just for myself.
Okay. Anybody else? Any preparations?
Yes, I
Oh.
would. At the mention of the lantern, I would circle back and be like, "Bareback, forgot oil. It's kind of really important." And I'd run. Why is Spotlight Omni Search not working? Okay. Why are you not working? Why?
1 pint of oil. It would have 1 pint of oil in it, so that your item is usable. So that means you have 6 hours without getting more oil.
You mentioned that it's particularly dark in the desert. Is that because there's no stars or any moon? Is there some
it's-
more reason it's all
There,
especially dark?
there is no moon visible. There is a shine to the south that you can see over the horizon where it tells you which direction south is. But the moon is not visible, and the stars do not shed enough light to accurately show you the hazards of the terrain. So because it's rolling sand, like the Sahara Desert, there is the terrain is ever changing, and at night it's really hard to tell distance, and it's not very bright. It's the equivalent of just over pitch black.
Okay. Dim lights, stars, no visible moon. There's a light to the south, but that also doesn't cast enough ambient to be able to navigate in low light, dim light.
It makes the valleys worse. So the peaks of the sandhills have a little bit more light than the valleys. The valleys are
Okay.
like pitch black, and then the peaks are dim light. So you're traversing through a middle ground of those two almost constantly.
Okay. Stay out of the
Uh,
valleys.
Flask of oil would be 1 silver with your standing. You can usually get it for cheaper if you have a higher standing.
And I would just get the one. 'Cause I already have oil in the lantern.
I'm back.
So
again.
that's
I had to
combined.
fix my cats.
12 hours.
All right, and that contains 1 pint. So you have 12 hours total with that 1 pint. And Alira is running off into the distance, apparently.
Where's she running off to?
You get oil.
She turned around and went back to the marketplace to get oil.
Alira did?
Yes.
No, you were headed off towards the mission area. Tanith is headed towards the marketplace, so now she needs to catch up to you.
I was asked to wait by Bandit's character,
Oh, okay.
and I listened.
I would run, go get the oil real quick, and then book it right back.
Once Tanith is back, Illyra reverse pickpockets another flask of oil.
Ew. I keep forgetting to replace the oil when I put it in the lantern.
So add
What do I want?
another one
I got
because
it.
I'm
Yeah.
removing mine.
Okay. Oh, what's wrong button? Item has been added to the inventory.
Alright.
And while we are waiting on Tanith to return, I'm going to ask Alira if everything is all right, because you do not seem like yourself.
Yeah. Things have altered in my mindset.
Is there anything you wish to discuss?
I was trapped underground for a while. a majority of my party didn't make it. And by a while, I mean probably upwards of close to a month.
Is there anything that myself and Ashkara can do to assist you in any way?
No, I can take care of myself.
Well, just because you can does not mean that you have to. You have become a rather close acquaintance, and we are here to assist you in any way that we can.
I appreciate it, but it doesn't seem like a good idea to necessarily help other people.
The bond formed by helping is exactly how Ashkara and I got started.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take Kenneth very long to run and grab those and be back. Probably the length of that conversation.
I don't know. With Tenneth now catching up, I don't know if I really have. Doesn't seem beneficial to be emotionally invested in others and their well-being.
If that is your decision, I'm not going to force anything.
At this point, now that Tenneth is back, Illyra reverse pickpockets immediately after saying that. And does not pay attention to the fact that she was even trying to be helpful.
All right. With an 8, you do notice. Everybody notices.
I just look down as you're putting it in the bag. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna make a mental note of it.
Illyra appears somewhat disappointed in her choice to have shared resources. All right, we ready to go?
All right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
As you are all exiting on your path, following the peaks or valleys, your choice, you notice behind you the spire lit and a rotating glass, basically lighthouse style beacon, rotating, casting light in random sections as you watch your shadows extend out towards the edge of the dune that you're walking across, and then retract back out, giving this rhythmic sense of comfort that slowly dwindles as the shadow gets duller and duller until you can no longer see the spire over the dunes as you travel. And I get a D100 from whoever is leading the charge.
That be Uth or Illyra?
I was looking at you.
Earlier, noticing that everybody is indecisive makes the decision again and takes the lead.
I'm sticking back near Tanith. That way, she doesn't get lost.
By the way,
Alright.
just so everybody knows, the tone of voice and the pattern is intentional for the character. It's not melancholy, disinterest, or anything else. It is just the voice of the character. It's the tone and cadence.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not sad or upset or irritated or anything negative.
Just judgmental.
It's just the character.
All right. Can I get that D100 from you?
Sure.
Fair pie.
Nice. Good high numbers.
Cool. Can I get a perception check from Illyra, Uther, and Pathani? You said you were sticking to the back, so we'll just go with those two to start. Uther?
Yeah. You're looking for something from me? Yep. I'm trying to roll it, but for some reason there was a box stuck in front of my button, so I had to reload.
No,
I couldn't
already.
pick it. Yeah. I didn't realize it would take this long.
That's good. Test is just
That's all right.
hacking again.
What?
I just need confirmation that you heard, so I know it's taking a while because of technical things, not because you didn't know you were supposed to roll it.
I'm sorry, I'll do better. You said perception. Here
That's
it
all
is.
Things can't improve unless there's communication. So that's me that needs to communicate too. All right. So you all travel for probably 4 to 6 hours into the night. You do notice that the temperature is getting very, very cold. This is usual for the desert. It's colder up at the top of the dunes, but there's more visibility. And it's warmer down at the bottom of the dunes, but there's less visibility. There's more wind breaking up at the top of the dunes, and it is a bit easier to traverse at the top than it is at the bottom. But you do risk falling down the dune trying to straddle the peak. As you are walking, it's coming to the point of getting close to daytime. You can see the barest inkling of sunlight coming from the edges of the north side, the direction you're facing. And with that little bit of sunlight, you do notice that there is a one of the known waypoints in this area. It is the skeleton of a long dead large creature that has a tarp pulled across it. The sand seems to have been blown away from this structure in the most recent windstorms. So it is an available location for you to take your rest if you would like to. You've been traveling for about 8 hours. Or you can continue traveling on. And I'll give you a visual of what that looks like.
Ooh.
I don't know what that flag is.
It's a PC group.
So I don't know if you're. Which way are you guys traveling? Since
Towards the direction.
you are leading the way, Alira, are you traveling on the valleys or on the peaks?
She can't see anything if she's not on top of the dunes. So on the crests.
Thought I saved this.
She is a massive 3'4". Yeah, I also thought that you saved the height, but when I dragged it out, it did not save. What are you gasping at?
Needle.
Are you upset that it matches your actual height?
No, it does not.
Are you being short with me?
Yes.
Ah. Nice. I bet she's taller than you if you're sitting in your chair.
The same height.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit shorter.
Right, so you can see in true darkness as if it's low light, dim light. And you can see in dim light as if it's regular light, but it's all grayscale
Correct.
for both of those.
Mhm.
Which, in the desert, really fucking hard to navigate in grayscale.
But it's better than having to use a lantern.
Which reminds me,
We should make sure her light is there
You
so it's all
have-
darkness.
active token effects module must be present. It is. I know it is, because I put it in there.
Tessariah do be pooping.
No.
Yeah, is there something we can? You're applying visual line of sight effects, correct?
You should have your dark vision line of sight on your token if you select your token.
Yeah,
If you can't find your token, you can click on it on the right
But-
side.
it's not that I have the issue that the dark vision is there. It's that it's not enough. I do have 300 feet.
Double check that that's on your character.
I think it looks like it might only have the 60 on the token.
Okay. Vision 100 token.
Perfect. Now I can see the whole thing.
There we go.
I can too.
Pathani.
That's grayscale.
I'm blind.
Pathani, you do not have dark vision.
I thought I did.
I unintentionally chose the race that had it. It was not intentional. I just thought a goblin would be fun.
I forgot humans can't do anything.
Humans are good for power builds. You just have to use them, build them correctly.
Okay, so no, I do not have dark vision. However, Ashkara does. So Ashkara would actually be leading me.
All right, and you're sticking around Tanith because she has the light source.
There you go.
Which, if I can do, I had a thing that was agnostic lights, but I don't think I have it anymore because of version 13.
Oh no.
What do you mean? You said that wrong, Tess. It's supposed to be Arnar.
Oh no.
There it is.
I
There we go.
am light.
It's a bullseye. Oh, it's cool. how that works.
And then I will change the admission angle to 0.
Yeah,
Update.
0.
Oops. No, the admission angle is 45.
It's a shame it's not just like when the character turns, that's the direction it's facing.
That's what I'm trying to set up right
Ah.
now. Height radius, emission angle.
That's his fault, you know.
There used to be a rotation button that would let me change which rotation direction it was.
That's ping. Ha.
45. Light radius.
Because my
glare
lantern
intensity.
should make it so that we can all see.
It's a bullseye lantern. So it does not. It
Oh,
makes
yeah.
it where you can see in a bullseye. Like that.
Well, there
So
you
you
go.
have to aim your butt where you want the light to go.
That's a good deadlifting technique. Aim your butt light.
There you go.
So we all can see.
Sphincter vision.
With my ass, apparently.
Ka-chow!
Oh, no.
Kachiga, kachiga.
Not good job.
I don't know.
Correct?
I don't know why that doesn't do that way, but whatever.
Oh my. Oh my. Okay.
Alira is gonna go over here. And then shimmy back and forth down the
Test, if you hold shift and scroll your wheel, you can change the direction
okay.
it's aiming the light.
Oh, I did it.
What'd you do?
I used the click and drag thing correctly for once. Because it never wants to work for me.
That makes sense.
So this appears to be a stop location, like a standard stop location, where most people tend to take rests when they travel. It will protect you from the sun. You can also roll down the edges of that blue tarp to the ground and pile sand on top of them if there's a sandstorm, and it will protect you from 3 sides of a sandstorm. The 4th side, you will have to fend for yourself if the sandstorm comes from that direction. But most often, the sandstorms come from the north, west, or east, or northwest or south directions. They do not usually come from the east. I think I said that correctly. So north is on top, south is on bottom, east is on the right, west is on the left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this seems to be a old dead animal of some sort that is very large. I mean, you can fit inside of its rib cage very comfortably. with enough space for 4 or 5 people to live in. If you hook Ashkara to you, you can use the mount or the follow shortcuts to get her to follow you.
Yeah, she was, and then my character went through Uth and she stopped.
Lyra goes up to the buried skull of this creature and will run her hand and fingers over the top and through and around the eye sockets and nostril holes. Take 5-10 minutes to go back.
It is picked bare and sandblasted. So the skull is like freshly sandblasted bone. It's slightly rough to the touch, but there are sections of it that seem almost polished. And specifically, the inside of the skull is heavily polished and very smooth. There are also small bite marks inside the skull on the bone that look like teeth shaving against the bone to shave the flesh off. And judging by the state of this, that those bite marks happened so long ago that the creatures are probably not anywhere in the vicinity or even probably still alive at this point. But it's very much scavenger marks.
Lyra has such a strong desire to sleep inside. I think I'm gonna sleep inside the skull. It seems like it has more coverage. It also has protection from sun, right?
Yeah, the skull would have protection from the sun and wind from all directions.
How much?
The eye sockets are also halfway buried.
Nice.
So it's very much so protection. It probably only fit 2 medium creatures in there.
Okay. But Lyra says that out loud, and we'll go inside after making it clear that that's what her intention is.
Well, we have been traveling through the night, and it might not be a terrible idea for those who don't like the heat to shelter through the heat of the day. We can pick up traveling after the high sun relents. What say you, Pathani and Tanis?
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
Sleep sounds like a good idea so that we can make good pace tomorrow without running out of energy.
Shall we decide on who is going where for a watch?
Don't know that it necessarily matters for me, but if you want to take shelter during the heat of the day, I'll take the middle watch.
Middle watch would be happening around sunrise. First watch would be still happening at this twilight, I think is what it's called, portion of the morning. And then third watch would be happening in the morning sun to the noon sun.
Then I'll take the noon sun. The third one.
Ashkara and I can take the mid watch if somebody wants to take first watch, or
Tathani, you can take the first.
yeah, Yeah, Ashkara and I can take the first watch.
You take the first. Okay, then Tithani can take the second.
Because she will need her lantern for the first watch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That
Ashkara
yes.
can alert me of any imminent danger.
You can unequip your lantern from you, Tess, and that'll take off the light.
Let me. Oh, I guess we'll go through the process of what a long rest is. So,
Yep, you will go through that process.
real quick, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be back in under like 2 minutes.
All right. What are Uther's nightly preparations, nightly rituals?
I'm sorry, you asked me what my nightly preps are?
Yeah, when you're getting ready to go down for your long rest, how do you prep for that? What's your mindset?
He does some contemplative exploration into his mind library, recalling books and histories that he has read or have been a part of writing, and a little bit of trying to recall some of the reason why he's here, which is trying to determine certain aspects or characteristics of where the Silver Spire is located.
I have returned.
Alrighty. Kenneth, what about you?
My nightly routine would be taking out, like, and getting somewhat comfortable-ish, like makeshift bed situated, and going through all my inventory, making sure everything was settled and nothing was gonna spill out of the bag in my sleep. Make sure my weapons are in reach, but also not going to accidentally stab me if I move the wrong way. What? Okay.
Also, the only people that should be watching my screen are the two observers.
Yeah.
You.
Due to the environment, just a sleeping bag.
Okay. That was a whisper, by the way.
Yeah, I responded in a way I was okay with being public.
Okay.
Since we were going over night routines, Elira will get out some of her salted meat and eat some of that, as well as going through a book and changing out spells. If other people were around, the descriptions of what I was doing would just have more words to them. But because I am by myself, that is all that has happened.
Alright.
Spell change and ration consumption. How do we track half of a
Alright.
ration?
That will be automated. I'll make sure that I have that set up automated. We're not worried about ration tracking right now. We're going to be adding in what rations are used up when we do our long rest.
Okay.
All right. So we have Pathani, Uther, and Elira going down for rest. Tanith, Uther, and Illyria. Pathani is doing first watch, correct?
Yes.
Can I get a D100 and a perception check for first watch?
$98 on the D100. Do you want the perception from Pathani or from Ashkara?
Both. Yours would be at disadvantage because you can't see. You have no light. Sorry. Should have stated that.
So a 19 for Pathani. Where's the... Oh. I just have her passive. How do I show her all of her traits? Configure sheet.
Yeah, and configure settings. I don't know what happened to my game settings. That's really weird.
Yeah, mine too.
I'm gonna have to refresh. I don't know what happened. It just opened really weird and wonky.
Yeah, mine opened
Just
a
showed
list.
the left column.
Yeah, mine opened a list that I couldn't scroll.
Yeah. See if refreshing helps.
Configure settings.
It's D&D, and then scroll to the bottom. The D&D 5th edition. When you scroll to the bottom, it's default skills. And you select each one of them and then hit save.
That's not popping up. D&D animations.
No. Configure settings. And then all the way at the top of the list, there's core, and then Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
Oh, okay.
And then on the right side, you scroll all the way to the bottom. It says default skills.
Default skills. is a perception. Ashkara's perception is a 4, and Pathani's is a 19.
Ashkara with a 4. You do notice Ashkara seems to be distracted by rolling around in the warm sand, as it's a little bit cold for her. As the day starts to come into a little bit more light, there's in the distance you can see that there's a billowing bubble of sand to the northeast. It's difficult to tell in this light whether or not it's headed your way, but it does appear to be a sandstorm on the horizon to the northeast. Potentially, you know that sandstorms can go from the horizon to being on top of you fairly quickly, usually in less than 2 or 3 hours. You will know for sure where it's going to be. So that'll be something to note for future watch. Is there anything you're doing on your watch? Well, everybody else is resting.
I'm going to have Ashkara move down and start almost like a dog digging, piling sand on this north edge of the tarp to try to keep some of the sand out in case the sandstorm comes this way. And give her something to do.
Alright, the east edge has like a split that goes around the spine and ties back together. So it can be rolled down and have sand piled on top of it as well.
Yeah. Just kind of keeping an eye out as best I can while keeping her active and partially burying that leading edge of where the possible sandstorm might be coming from.
Alrighty. We'll transition to the next watch if you will do your actions pertaining to that transition.
Eneth.
Yep. I'm up. I'm awake.
There is a possible sandstorm on the horizon to the northeast. I have had Ashkara start kind of loading sand on that side of the canvas to keep it out.
You would have been able to fully prepare the two sides. It's a practice that you have well honed to be able to prepare both sides for the sandstorm that may be coming.
And then I'm gonna pull out my bedroll and unroll it, have Ashkara lay down on one end, and then I'm going to lay down leaned up against her.
Any rituals before bed?
Not before bed, no.
All right. The light has shifted slightly more. At this point, Tanith, you are able to see a pretty good distance. It's not fully bright out. It is at the start of sunrise. So it'd be sunrise into morning light as you go through your watch. Can I get a D100 and a perception check? And what are you doing to watch out for things?
100. And perception. And to watch out, I would be just head on a swivel, just every so often changing with direction. I'm facing, paying special attention to the direction that Patani mentioned for the sandstorm to make sure that it's not going to cause any problems while people are resting, and if it does cause a problem, make sure that we have time to make sure that we're safe. And I would have my sword with me while I'm doing my watch in case anything happened that would involve combat.
Alrighty. Is anybody wearing armor that is not light armor?
Yes.
Resting in not light armor will result in
Or no,
points
no,
of
I do have light.
exhaustion.
I do have light.
Okay. So resting in non-light armor will provide a measure of exhaustion based on a Constitution saving throw. So if you have that equipped when you do the long rest button, it will take that into account and might apply exhaustion to you. So make sure that if you are going down for a rest, you are disrobing from your armor.
Get down to your
Uh,
skivvies, boys.
Donning. That's it. Donning. Donning and doffing your armor. Yeah. Make sure you're doing it appropriately, because if it's not equipped at the start of combat, then it did not get re-equipped. Obviously, people make mistakes, then we can retroactively change things. But if it's habitual, then we'll want to make sure that we're keeping track of those things, because this is resource tracking. So, as you are looking out, you have a 14. You're kind of keeping your head on a swivel, watching the sands get blown around, watching the morning critters coming out, little lizards and trapdoor spiders and scorpions, all coming out in the early morning. Most of them down the hill, not really bothering anything. You guys have slept around scorpions your whole life. They don't really bother you unless you bother them. The sun coming up highlights that there is a wall of sand approaching. And you do also notice that there is another bubble of like another sand wall approaching from the east. So it is very likely that it will not be blowing south, that it's going to blow horizontally across this map from the northeast to east northeast to the eastward direction, heading towards the oasis.
Okay.
The preparations on the tent have been completed. The two sides are folded down. If you'd like to fold the south side down as well, you can. But
Yes,
you do not notice any other hazards at this time.
I would do any other preparations to make sure that everything was situated in a little makeshift camp for the sandstorm moving in that horizontal direction.
Ready? Anything else during your watch?
Just keeping an eye on the sandstorms, making sure that they're not getting they're not increasing in speed.
Give me a survival check. Because each of these watches are about 2 hours.
$17.
17. You could judge that it's likely going to be halfway through Uther's watch that this sandstorm arrives. So you're likely safe standing out there, but Uther will likely have to take his watch inside the tent to avoid being caught in the sandstorm.
Okay.
And you would know that visibility in a sandstorm is reduced to as close to nothing as is physically possible. Like, you might be able to see the tip of your nose in the sandstorm, but that's about it. All right. You can go ahead and transition your watch to Uther's watch.
Come on, Terp. Work with me here. Oh. That's fine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's time. It's time for your watch.
I'm up.
They're sandstorms that you're probably gonna wanna not be out there during your watch where I was standing, because you were gonna get caught right in the middle of it, right in the middle of trying to do your watch.
So I should stay here.
That's just stay where you can see until the sandstorm, but not where you're gonna get blown across the desert, because it's just not fun for anybody involved, least of all you.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Yes.
Good work. Always vigilant. Once Tanith gets comfortable, you said add a little bit before the storm showed up, correct?
Yeah.
Halfway.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
About half of your watch before the storm shows up.
I'm gonna go pay a visit to Ledger over here, whatever her first name happens to be. And I don't know if I can even look in there, but I'll call out to Alira. Like, Alira, are you awake? And if you aren't, wake up.
I believe he stepped away
Oh, well, okay then. You're sleeping still.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Here.
Are you awake, Alira? If not, wake up.
How far into watch?
This would be 4 hours. Sorry,
Oh yeah, she's gone.
4 hours.
She not like disappeared, like deeply unconscious.
Well, I wanted to warn you that in an hour or two, a sandstorm will be on us. I am not going to be keeping watch. I'm going to stay in the tarp.
Okay.
I will leave it to you to decide whether you want to shelter here or come and join us under the tarp so that we're together.
I think it's best if I stay here. It seems pretty safe.
Well,
It seems
Yep.
safer than the tarp.
okay. I just thought you should know.
Okay.
All right. What are you doing to look out during your watch at midday?
I stay awake and passively sit still until the sandstorm is. Well, no, I guess I'll watch until the sandstorm is not too far, and then I will
you
move
can-
back to the tent.
You can go up. It's gonna take an hour for the sandstorm to get up. You can go up to the top and watch the sandstorm approach. You've been out here long enough. You know what to do in a sandstorm.
I passively watch the horizons for any movement or anything that's unusual, and occasionally check the status of the storm.
Originally,
And
I thought your response
regret
was
not
just-
having a book.
You noticed
And
that
yours is a 14.
Alira had a book that she keeps near her. And then I thought you were gonna say, "What do you do to make sure that you're keeping watch?" I stay awake, and I thought that was the end of your sentence.
It almost was.
Give me a D100. See if there's anything else that happens during your watch. It's not very probable with a sandstorm approaching. A lot of the things go underground or hunker down,
Okay.
but there's still
And
a
the
chance.
dice is
Roll
oh,
bad.
s-
Roll bad. Danger.
What?
Target test.
Below a
What?
25 is where something occurs.
Get a 12.
Media history comes in. Okay. I'm looking for the dice again. I had them and then I lost them.
You can just type in the message.
You can type that without the apostrophe at the
Okay,
beginning.
thank you. That will do it.
You went hunting? Look at that baby
Roll
go hunting.
100.
Ah, baby hunter. Hello, hunter. Or I guess huntress. 'Cause
Oh,
you're
it
a
covered
female
up the
cat.
logic. What was that?
What?
Oh, the cat. Gotcha.
You get used to that.
Oh, it worked! Yay!
No,
Alright,
you rolled
Nothing
well.
of note. Sandstorm approaches.
I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
You go inside. Okay. All right. The sandstorm blows through. You all are pretty well protected from it. It does radically swing the tarp. It is billowing like crazy. Storm rolls over the top of you for about 4 to 6 hours. Is there anything that you do at the end of your 2 hours, Uther?
Well, not really.
All right. You just go back to sleep, or do you just stay
I think
awake
the plan
and
was
do
we were
casual?
planning on heading out, so I guess I'll just chill for a bit.
Right. Well, there's 4 watches in a night for everybody to get a long rest.
Oh, we did 4 watches? Okay.
You did
Okay.
3 because there was no communication with the 4th person that would have been participating in a watch.
Haha.
Well, I just thought we were going to do 3, so I stay up to take the 4th watch.
Okay. Yeah, you only need to sleep like 3 or 4 hours out of a rest cycle. The rest you just need to be doing light activity. So that'd be no issue for you. No con save or anything to avoid exhaustion. Everybody gets their rest, and when everybody awakens, are there any rituals that occur during this sandstorm?
During no.
Yeah, you're awakening to the sandstorm. If you were asleep, if you were awake, then is there any morning ritual that you would do in this time period?
Usually, as the sun sets, I recite some of the pillars of my order, but I don't know if that's the right time.
All right. Well, y'all sit there for about 2 or 3 hours and rest up, waiting for this sandstorm to clear. Are you guys planning on moving out in the middle of the sandstorm or waiting for it to clear?
We're gonna have to wait for
I'd
it to
say
clear.
wait it out.
Wait for it to clear.
Alrighty.
With my favored terrain being desert, I would know that you do not want to head out in the middle of a sandstorm, and I would inform them of such,
Yeah, if
and
you
that
were
it
to
is
do that,
most beneficial to stay hunkered down.
if you were to do that, it would be quite the rude gesture.
All right. We are at the 8 o'clock mark, my time, which I think was the shutdown time. Are we
Yep.
good to continue, or do we want to close it off?
Oh yeah, I gotta wrap it up for the
Let's
night.
close it up, but next time we'll get 3 extra hours because Tess will be on time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gave advance notice.
When did you say that you were going to be home for sure?
It was an
correct.
excusable reason for being absent. She hasn't missed session for any reason.
I agree. I just also like torturing her.
It's excusable.
Please.
That is the end of session. We will pick up with you guys heading off on the second section of your traversal of the desert to this would be the first half of the day is getting to this point. This is the halfway point. Next half of the day is getting there to complete the job.
Are we
Assuming
long
you don't run
resting-
into any challenges on the way.
Are we long resting now or
I-
at the start of next?
At the start of next, because I need to make sure that everything is in order for long rests.
Check.
Mhm.
So I will ensure that all of the settings are in place and correctly allocated, properly set up for next session.
Okay.
So we should just be able to hop in and get started. I will also be available quite often if anybody wants to come in and do things with their character sheet and figure stuff out. Let me know. I can pop this on and let you have access to it.
Okay.
I think
Cool. All
everything
right. Thanks everybody. Thanks for
squared away on my
yeah.
end.
Thanks for running the game and nice gaming today with everybody.
Yep. Have a good night.
All right.
Alright.